All right, episode number 17.
17.
All right, I'm your co-host, Amir man.
I'm your co-host, Gaurav man.
Welcome to the Modern Farmer. We're cracking open a Negra Modelo. It's better than the regular one.
Negra Modelo.
What's the difference? I don't know. It's darker, but it's darker. So it's essentially darker beer. It's 5.3% alcohol, and I feel like it has a smoother taste. But that's just my taste buds. What do you think, Jason?
It's definitely good, man. I've had Modelo, the regular one. It's definitely. I mean, I like that beer too, but this one just goes down smooth. It's not. Doesn't have that like bittery taste of it, like a darker beer.
Like none, right?
Yeah. So it's like if you like darker beer, but sometimes it's too overpowering.
Yeah.
This is the one to go.
100%. I love it.
Yeah, this one has more like a molasses, on a sweet taste to it.
I think that's the right way to put it.
Yeah, molasses like
some
brown
syrupy
sugar.
molasses
Yeah.
taste, right? So it's from Mexico. I
Yeah.
haven't sat down and had a beer all day.
You gotta
Give me half a
delegate.
second to get into it. I had lunch today at 4:30.
Really?
4:30 I had lunch, and I don't eat breakfast. And the last time I had a meal was at 8 o'clock, so I almost fasted for it. I fasted for 16 hours, no, 20 hours. Shit.
All I ate today was pakora
You had pakora today?
and chutney.
Well, we're off in pakora at Sunflower Festival.
It's like they're
How about
actually
that
really
segue?
bomb. They're bomb. They're made as you go. Like they're made fresh. They're not frozen.
Auntie was making them in the kitchen, and you were eating them as she was making them? That's the best.
It's like it wasn't super hot, but it's a little bit like
Fresh,
uh,
brown food, snack-wise, is the best.
But that it was too much. After a while,
Like jalebi on fresh,
that's really good.
unreal.
That's really good. Off the streets of India.
Unreal.
Off
Like,
the streets of Moga.
crazy.
It's so good.
That
Oh,
moment,
so
like 30
good.
minutes beforehand, and you have that, right there with those ingredients, so good. Nobody knows what we're talking about, chaat. Nobody knows what pakora.
People do know. They know.
Pakora for sure, chaat no.
The people know chaat.
I don't think so.
There's probably a good
Brown people do
population.
for sure,
Yeah.
but no, not too many people. Jason doesn't know what chaat is. No clue. CHAAT.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
you should Google that.
It has potatoes in it. So how was the potato festival? I wasn't here. I was actually going to Vegas for 3 days. So I don't know how it was this past weekend. Do you know? Well, you were with me.
I was not. I mean, we were there for the first weekend.
Yeah, but now when you're looking at the field, it looks completely different. So that means that people did go through it. In what extent people went through it, I'm not sure. I didn't go and take a look at every single row, but
Yeah.
I know it has been picked through. So that means that people are coming out and participating in an on-farm experience that is you pick. It wasn't meant to be a heavy weekend in regards to visitors on the farm. It was meant to be a trial run. We planted half an acre. We did 2 varieties. They're both Yukon Gold or golden potato varieties. And we had a big problem, which meant that they actually had
A hollow
heart.
Hollow
And
heart.
hollow heart, which means is the potato grew too fast. And because it grew too fast, then internally there was a cavity, so just a big opening. And when you crack it open, cut it open, you're like, whoa, this potato is not good. It's not ready to eat. But we actually did some Instagram posts, and we educated the public that there's nothing wrong with that. It's completely edible. It's good for you to eat. As a consumer, you shouldn't be throwing this potato away. In the sense, if you do that, you're literally, throwing food away, which is perfectly good to eat. And there's, I know the average consumer or the average middle class family has lots of food these days and is definitely throwing the food away. Well, you can go down and drive the streets downtown in Abbey and some of those areas where there definitely are homeless people that are begging and panhandling for food, and we don't want to be one of those farms or one of the places which we're not reusing our food in a more sustainable fashion. So I'm really happy that people got to learn about that, and knowing that sometimes a potato isn't as beautiful as it on the outside, but internally it's just as good for you to eat. So that was really cool.
There's something like our uncle and aunt were over. Not this weekend, but the weekend before, or they're during the week.
Who?
Mama G.
Oh yeah, Mama Drew over. That's right.
Yeah. So we were sat down and we talked about random stuff, and we get on a tangent. Then Mama G, our uncle, likes to tell some stories. We're sitting around the couch and watching TV. He's talking about the potatoes. So he mentioned the story. He's like, there was this kid, and his dad was a business owner, right? His dad was like, oh, I'm not sure if my son will be ready to run this business. And Uncle said, like, the dad gave his son flour. He's like, this is $100 worth of flour, make it $200 worth of it. And then he turned the flour into bread. And then the business guy, he was like, turn it into another double. Then the guy turned the bread into cake. right? From cake, he went somewhere else. So like he was talking about the potatoes, like a metaphor. He's like, you have these potatoes, they're in the ground. You can sell them for how much? X amount of money. But if you turn the potato into fries, you can sell it for more. If we turn the potato into, you can make vodka out of the potatoes. Like that was my first thing, right? So you can do a lot with potatoes, and it gets to the point of just making the most of your resources and not throwing it away.
Innovative and creativity.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
But it also comes down to, like, from my perspective, okay, I think about the story. So go pick those potatoes and figure out what to do with them, and hopefully spend that time wisely to where you're creating a viable product, which you're then producing a profit for yourself and, you know, your business.
100%.
But that time being spent, time being the key word, should it be spent towards those potatoes, or do you have something else going on right now? Because I, as a business, think that we're extremely spread thin in regards to many of the areas that we're doing this time of year. Because we've literally gone through May, June, July, some of the busiest months of the year. Now we're in August, and every single thing on the farm has been used thoroughly, meaning the pennies, the player, the go-karts, the jumping pillow, playground, everything, to the U-pick fields, to the buckets, to the tails, to the employees that we had. We've literally been at peak running capacity. So now we're all of a sudden expanding into new projects, Sunflower Festival, Potato Festival. We have a lot of goat yoga, new things going on, some things online. Everybody is working really hard for the fall now as well, where it's like, man, do we really have time to spend time on potatoes and creating something innovative from that? I don't know. It's really up and down, because maybe that is something that we should be spending time on, depending on if the areas that we're spending time on currently aren't revenue positive or aren't good for our long-term sustainability.
Yeah, it's just a thought, you know. It's not really about the potatoes. It's about things in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can look at things and be like, it's like, it's cliche, but one man's trash, another man's treasure.
That's right. 100%.
It's cliche, 100%, but
Can
it's
I read
true.
more about that?
It's true, 100%.
You got some wine in front of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
The Modelo is good or what?
Oh, I was talking about in the winery, we're doing a lot of different things, and we don't have so many resources. Like, we don't really have a lot of employees.
Okay.
But we're definitely growing, and we want to do 1,000 things at once, which is like, I feel like it's like the farm in general. We want to do 1,000 things at once, and then we got to the point. It's like, write down all the things that we've started, right, and prioritize them. And we prioritized them. We had 8 things, prioritized them, and we're like, okay, we're gonna focus on the top 3 for the next.
Who did you do this exercise with?
Oh, Dhruv.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So because a lot of what was happening is we'd be doing like 5, 6, 7 things a day, and the ball was only moving so far.
Of course.
You know. So we decided to focus on. The beginning of the day is going to be all strategic, what you're going to do for the rest of the day. The 6 hours in the middle are going to be about actually putting in the work, and the last hour is going to be about, did you get the job done properly? How can we move forward? That's what we talked about. And we're going to do one topic or one thing for 8 hours, as much as we can, and fulfill it. Because like, people think they get things accomplished, but when you go back, you have things that you could have done. Spending those 8 hours in that one thing can make you like have you ask those questions, so you don't have those thoughts after.
What are some of the things that you said that you want to do?
Oh, the 8 things was like, because you want a private label wine for different customers.
Yeah.
Like different businesses, you want to private label them. Like if this was our wine and there's like TD Bank and they want to put TD on the front, they would buy our wine, we'd label it for them, and they would give it to their customers or employees. So that was number 1. That was like 1A. 1B is a wine club. The wine club has started. We've got a couple subscribers, which is super awesome. We signed them up here. We got their like information, everything, and they're signed up for wine essentially in November, and that's those sales.
How are you gonna deliver to them?
We'll deliver for free. I'm not sure, but we'll do it.
Okay.
And then if I need to drop it off myself, I will. And then number 2 was having a content calendar. You know, actually having content, actually pushing things out.
Yeah.
Throughout, like I'm thinking like throughout October, November, December. I'm not thinking too hard about September. September is going to be more like you can do trials, you can build content, you can have things to post in September. Obviously, you want to post on a regular basis, but I feel like I really want to push October, November,
Content
December.
post and social.
Yeah.
Cool. So those are your top 3 things that you want to do.
That's top 2. 1A, 1B. Like those are super important. Like that couldn't be 1 and 2. It had to be like 1A, 1B.
Sure. Okay.
All right. And number 3 was Alberta. Like getting your wine to Alberta.
Why do you want to go to Alberta of all places? Why wouldn't you go to Washington or Oregon or California? Why Alberta? It's still a 14-hour drive.
But it's a proven market for fruit wine. There's one of the biggest players in BC that already sells their wine in Alberta. But Dhruv, he was in Alberta for a bit. He went to a couple of liquor stores and he saw their wine there. You know?
Sure.
We did research and we went through the numbers.
Did you just call the liquor stores and ask them
Oh,
how much of that elephant wine they sell?
Yeah, he was there and he talked to the customer. He's like, this wine. They talked to the manager and they're like, this wine sells pretty good. You know, we had the small sample size. We didn't have a big sample size, but that small sample size can tell you a lot. What we did do is we did a lot of research. And we found out that fruit wine, when you send it to Alberta, the taxes are way less versus regular wine. So we have a super big advantage there. It's like on the dollar for fruit wine, it's like 70 cents. For grape wine, it's like $1.40 on the dollar.
Wow, it's 1.4 times.
Yeah. So it's insane. So like tapping into the market is really, really hard. We talked to a couple of liquor stores. Like the first store I called, man, it was like a needle in a haystack. This guy knew everything. He was able to help us. Like,
what was he?
Super cool. I just picked a random store. So that's why I feel like Alberta is going to be a big market for us. It's a good opportunity. We just went to Las Vegas, right? Oh, you've been to California, right? You went to liquor stores, went to a couple of liquor stores. We didn't see any BC products there, any Canadian products. That's for a reason, right?
Yeah, but Canadians' culture, the Canadian words are in the mouths of Americans. People think about Canada very highly in America. When you go to them and say, hey, listen, I'm from Canada, like, whoa, you're from Canada? And you're like, okay, yeah, what's the big deal? But they think of Canada as like a mecca, which is like the holy grail of places to live in regards to the landscapes, healthcare, like we're just really nice people, you know, just the social cultures is really nice. In regards to safety, it's really highly rated. So I still think that the Canadian label has a lot to do with product sales and culture and society. And if that what it has to do in America, and if that's the case, then attention has a lot to do. Then that means that Canada has a lot of attention in America, and if that's the case, products which have the Canadian label on them prominently will obviously adhere to that mindset what people already have in that area.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I honestly think the only thing in this whole universe that really works in regards to selling products, services, is attention. It's the number one word above all things that just beats everything out. And if you are able to just figure out what the main attention the consumers are looking at and adhere to that, because you're being true to yourself, I feel like you made it. You're gold.
Attention is the base of everything. You know, attention. You can relate everything back to attention.
I think you cut off. You can't be eating and drinking anymore.
No, just relax. I'm tired. Okay. Anyways, going back to the point about having our wine in the U.S. and having attention. Look at BC. Look at the facts. Who lives here? Who is migrating here? From where? You know, I don't feel like a lot of Americans are coming here. You know, I know that there's a lot of Asian people that are coming here, whether it be Indian and whether it be Indian or Chinese or whatever else in Asia. I know there's a lot of people from different countries that are coming here now, from like the Middle East, right? Because our borders are so open. If Americans think that way, like, why is it the case that they're not moving to Canada? The population of the U.S. is over 400 million people. Population of Canada is 30 million, 35 million. why is that the case if Canada is so great? You know, for Americans, like I don't know.
Yeah, but do you think that that's the statistics because that's what you see in your society in day to day? You can notice Asian people when you're walking without saying hello or hi to them because it looks different than you are, but you don't know if an American is an American or not until you ask them if they're American.
For sure.
Do you think that's why it is, or do you think it's because you're just seeing them differently?
The maple leaf, like exactly what you said. What do you thought Americans think?
But you're talking about going to Alberta.
I know, but like...
Yeah, but I understand...
It'd be more viable to go to China than it would
Okay.
be to the U.S. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
I just think that it's just more practical because
I
it's
understand.
right
It's
there.
right there, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But there's a lot of politics involved,
I understand.
right? If these giant companies like Jackson Triggs and Mission Hill don't have their product in these places, but there's products that you see in our liquor stores that are in those that are in the States liquor stores,
Yeah.
that are from Australia, that are from New Zealand, that are from South Africa or whatever. Why are those products there while the Canadian products are not? There's something holding them back, though.
I don't know if I want to grow strawberries anymore.
Why not?
Because strawberries are a lot of freaking work. Price literally for wholesale is like $1.46, $1.45, $1.50 a pound. And so growing cost is like $1.10, $1.15.
Yeah.
The strawberries are really, really hard to grow. Blueberries, raspberries, blueberries and raspberries, you can get a growing cost around everything in 50 cents. No, 60 cents, 70 cents.
I feel like it's a
Okay.
large producer though.
Sorry?
That's probably a large producer.
There's a large producer, but also there's a large market in regards to the canneries who are purchasing it. So I can literally go
And
and plant 100
there's-
acres of blueberries and sell it to the cannery without creating a clientele.
Yeah.
What I have to do now.
There's also a lack of labor because you can pick with a machine.
Exactly, it's a
That's the
machine.
biggest
Machine
thing.
costs 100%.
That's the biggest
But
thing.
then on top of that, right now, for strawberry supply chain,
Yeah.
right? We're the grower.
Yeah.
I'm the marketer. Sorry, I'm the grower. I'm the picker, harvester.
Yeah.
I'm the packager because I package it.
Yeah.
After it gets packaged, it gets stored from the store, right? So the store goes to, so the first two things is essentially what a farmer does for strawberries and raspberries, right? Okay? But everything on top of that, the packaging, right? To the storing to the shipping, right? But even after the storing goes marketing. So marketing, it goes communications, then it goes shipping, and then it goes to the actual person. So there's like 7 or 8 more steps. Or sorry, not 7 or 8, probably 4 or 5 more steps that as a strawberry grower you have to do because your clientele isn't a large processing plant or a cannery. Your clientele, majority of them are local retail stores. Retail stores within Kelowna, Keremeos, Osoyoos, a little bit north of us, even Fort St. John, Prince George, but those are 12, 13-hour drives. So you really have to be on top of your picking for your strawberries to get out there. But then your clientele also currently is processing plants, which are processing freshly cut strawberries. So that even has more steps on top of it.
Yeah. I sent you the country road shirt thing. Did you get it? Get the email?
I don't think you sent it to me.
I sent it.
Oh, you did send it to me. I saw
I
it.
I gave you the route.
It was Victoria, but it says 6 hours just to get to the first stop. So it's something that we
Get
definitely
to the first stop? It's not 6 hours.
I think it is.
To get back, it's 6 hours. So
Is
1
it?
hour from here to the ferry.
Yeah.
2 hours on the ferry. That's 3 hours. You get to the first stop in 3 hours.
Yeah.
In Nanaimo, there's like 3 stores, 2 or 3 stores. Then on the way to Victoria, there's a store in Cowichan. There's another store, and a little bit this way, and then there's more stores in Victoria. But the distance from Nanaimo to Victoria and going through each store is 2 hours. So that's 1 hour to drive, 2 hours on the ferry, 2 hours going to the thing. You can add another hour for drop off.
So how many what do you call stores did you say?
There's 6.
So say 6 stores, okay?
When
Say if they're ordering 60 flats.
Yeah.
Okay, so say that's for a weekend. They're ordering
Yeah.
60 flats.
Yeah.
One time shipment.
Each of them.
No, they won't order
Altogether.
60 flats. A store will sell maybe 10 flats over a course of 2 days, an average store. So you go, say they're 15 because they're bomb stores, right?
Yeah.
Go 15 times 6, 90 flats, okay? And 90 flats, you go at your lowest price right now, which is, you say it's $1.75 a pound, okay?
Yeah.
So that goes to...
900, that's
Hold on, no, that's, wait, it's
That's
not 900.
$1,500.
You're completely wrong. It's 15 pounds in a flat, okay, not 10.
Okay.
So times $1.75.
So that's whatever, you do the math.
It's only $2,362.
I told you.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not much. It's not much.
My cost is all of a sudden higher too.
Yeah. Okay, going back to like you don't want to grow strawberries because like you're all this, like the whole supply chain. Why don't you have contracts? Have you thought about that?
Let me explain to you a bit more. Let me explain to you why I don't want to. So I said that there's a big supply chain problem, right?
Yeah.
But also there's big highs and big lows in the market. So right now supply is at max capacity for farmers all across the Fraser Valley in regards to growing strawberries. So it's not like a blueberry which you can pick it, store it, and then sell it within a week, or go take it to the cannery. Strawberries, if you don't pick it and sell it within the next day, you're losing product. And we're blessed by the grace of God that we have a winery where we can use a lot of our shrink. So a lot of our strawberries is going to frozen or it's being processed by the kitchen or whatever it is. But majority of the strawberries being sold, and that's because we have some solid clientele because we keep quality at the forefront. So in regards to that, it is very difficult to scale because you have to do all those parts of the supply chain for every single different type of purchaser. Because every single purchaser has different requirements. However, there of course are opportunities with the market which we haven't exploited because I haven't spent the time on it. So the number three most important thing, which comes to the point of me saying that I don't want to grow strawberries. Number one was it's a lot of work, right? Supply chain. Number two is there's a peak in the market right now, so it's being flooded. Number three is that so much time is being devoted towards that, where so many of the areas which I'm responsible for at the farm are definitely not at their peak capacity. Marketing is not where it should be. Okay, I should be posting at least 6 times a day. Facebook ads, organic ads, email, spending more time with Delana, spending more time of looking at statistics. So if I could do all those things and spend maybe 4 hours on that daily, I definitely could do a really good job, get caught up to it, then stagnate at maybe 2 hours. But I'm not there because I'm so busy. Number two would be the Sunflower Festival. We've crammed everything to the very last moment because of how busy we were with strawberry farming to right now, and we're super stressed out with what's happening on a day-to-day basis in regards to organizing the Sunflower Festival and making sure it's good to go by Saturday. It's going to be beautiful. I'm really happy with the bloom and where it's at right now. And then on top of that, haunted core maize, and then our day-to-day farming practices are happening. We just planted grapes. We're planting more strawberries. We have raspberries to tend to. We have our strawberries, which we're maintaining right now on a day-to-day basis, and our blueberries and everything in regards to that. The store needs to be kept up. The penning area needs to be organized. That all comes underneath my plate, and that's so much time that has to go towards all those areas. And you just don't have enough time throughout the day to do all these things. Literally today, my day was devoted towards, I'd say 50% towards Sunflower Festival, and the other 50% was devoted towards, it was spread across strawberries, and maybe 10% raspberries. Yeah, 40% strawberries and 10%. I got a mind farm. so I only spent 40% of it was devoted towards strawberries. That's actually how I feel. 40% of my life right now is devoted towards strawberries. My entire life.
Okay, so let's fast forward to.
I ate lunch at 4 o'clock.
Great, I heard you. Let's fast forward to November. Are you gonna feel the same way that you're feeling right now in November?
This current time period is not gonna matter. I'll have no clue about it.
I know.
I'll forget about it.
Right now, you're saying you don't want to do strawberries now because you're stressed, like super hell stressed.
Yeah. I have no clue how much money we made on strawberries right now either. I'm pretty sure it's high. But I just don't. I think it's also high because we have more supply than last year.
No, 100%. Yeah, revenue versus profit is different.
Exactly.
Right? So
Exactly.
That's a big thing. I remember when I did my college pro job, and I had a coach. The coach was running a bigger team. The second year he was in business, and he was making less money, even though he's handling more clients.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
I sat him down. I'm like, "Why are you doing this?" And he quit the next year.
Shut the heck
Yeah,
up.
I swear.
That's
I swear, yeah.
Yo, we gotta go live at 8 o'clock, so I have 8 minutes to set up my freaking phone.
Take it.
Take a look.
Yeah. Time out. 60 seconds.
Sure.
Run the 2-minute warning right here.
Hi, Facebook family.
What's up?
How's it going? Modern Farmer, episode number 16.
17.
Sorry, 17?
17.
I wrote 16 in there. Don't worry, I'll edit the caption afterwards. So
and this is our second time going live.
Second time we went live, that's right. And we have currently one viewer. So we have wine glasses in front of us. We have two bottles of wine. We've had some Negra Modelo. My favorite. So, let's put the first one in the frame here so we can see. We got Robert Mondavi, Private Selection, Cabernet Sauvignon, California, 2017. I wonder why it says California. California is such a big region. This could be out of San Francisco to freaking San Diego to all the way at the top.
And it's branding. People like California wine.
Maybe. That might just be it. How much was this bottle of wine? Let me guess. I'd say it was under $20.
That's honestly why I bought these 2 bottles of wine.
Cheapest wine you could find?
Last time we talked about like what looks more expensive, what doesn't look more expensive.
Okay, I can tell you that this bottle of wine was $14.99.
Sure. What do you think that one costs?
I can tell you. Pretty confident on this. Yo, we have some people.
Oh, comments.
Okay, so this one is Siren's Call, 2015 Verdot. This is 2015.
Pete Verdot. Petite Verdot.
This was 2017 too. Man, I think I want to change my guess. I'd say this one was about 20 bucks.
Okay, and this
14.9% alcohol. This is still $14.99.
Okay, why do you think that's under $20 or $20?
Because I think these people are more local, aren't they? So their operating cost is probably higher.
Okay, like the label. If you didn't know, like if there's anything on there, what would
it says 2015.
Okay, so that's why you think it's $20?
I think it's good because it's been aged longer.
Okay, so you think that one's more expensive than this one, but not by much.
No, what is this? The red wine? Petite Verdot.
Okay, I'll explain. Petite Verdot and Cab Sav, they're both part of the Bordeaux region.
Yeah.
So there's 5 wines that make up Bordeaux.
Yeah.
That's what they call a Bordeaux blend. There's Petite Verdot, there's Cabernet Sauvignon, there's Cabernet Franc, Merlot, and Malbec. So when there's a wine that has all 5 of those in one bottle, you can call that a Bordeaux blend. There's some people that get away with having only 3 in one bottle and calling it a Bordeaux blend, but it's like known like this is a Bordeaux blend.
I understand. It's pretty complicated.
Petite Verdot is rare to find because it's the smallest region in France. Smallest region in Bordeaux.
I take my guess back for this too because it says Private Selection. I feel like it's more expensive too.
What do you think it is?
I still go back to the $20 range.
Okay, you think this is the same price?
Yeah, about the same price.
Okay, so I'll tell you now. This one, $28.
Holy shit.
That includes tax. $28.99.
Yeah.
This one, $19. It was like $18.99.
I got that one.
Yeah.
I got that one right on the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we having first? Let's crack.
So I feel like we should have, cause I want to try that one because like we haven't I didn't really try the Petite Verdot. I don't want to try the Cab Sav.
Stop talking. Let's crack.
So let's do this. Screw cap versus cork. We talked about that a little bit last time. You
don't smell the cap. Do you actually smell? I don't think you smell the cap. That's just
you don't have
metal.
to. It's just you smell a little bit.
So this is a 2015 vintage.
It's from a Soyuz.
So that's freaking 4 years old. Do we have a 2015 wine?
We have a 2013 wine.
Where is it?
Mantois.
I need it.
It's $45, guys. DM for a purchase.
DMs for a purchase. Okay.
I posted on social. Remember I posted on social before we left?
Yep.
And I posted 3 times so the raspberry table is back in stock.
Yep.
Like an hour later, this lady came in and bought 4 bottles because she saw it on social.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Gaurav told me that the indent at the bottom. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but a lot of wine bottles have indents at the bottom. That's to put your thumb in to pour the wine. So like you can put your thumb in just like this and pour the wine. So it's a fancier way of pouring wine.
Yeah.
We got some questions on there. Can you go live? Oh, it's Carolyn.
Carolyn.
I'm here. Hi guys.
What's up?
Must have been a boring, long day.
on the farm.
It definitely is. We got beer and 2 bottles of wine going.
2 bottles of wine.
All right.
We talked about how to drink wine a little bit ago. Looked at the color. This color is like almost like blood. So it's nice. You sniff. You swirl. And you sip.
Look at that red.
So.
It's a deep burgundy red.
Yeah, I
Very
think it looks like blood red almost. It has. Look, you can tell it's an old wine because if you look on the outside, it's a little bit orange. I tell you, it's been aged a bit. Like, look, remember we had the Bodacious and it was like the same color.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
But like, look into the glass.
Do we have wine that's sold out that we don't have anymore?
Yeah, Cab Franc, Cab Sav, Merlot.
We don't have a glass bottle sitting anywhere.
No. But you can look at the Mantois and look at that.
Dude, if 100 years from now we're still around, I want to have a bottle sitting somewhere to show people this is where we started.
Yeah, we can do that.
You need to keep like at least 4 cases.
People keep thousands of cases.
You don't need to keep 1,000, but keep at least 4.
I know.
1,000's a little extra. I don't know what anyone's gonna do with 1,000 cases.
You can sell it at a higher price.
That's 3 years of drinking a bottle a day. Okay.
Anyways, I'm talking about the orangeness on the outside of the glass of the wine. It tells you it's kind of older, it's kind of pale.
Yep.
Right? So.
Okay. So, what does it smell like?
It smells like oak. I don't know. That's the only way I can describe it right now. It smells like when I open up an oak barrel. It's almost like vanilla. Like French oak. I'm not even sure this wine's been oaked. It might not say on here, but
it smells like
it's a hard smell to put
flowers down. You find in a hotel room.
What the hell?
Very light, fresh, and fragrant.
I feel like
for red wine, that's actually a very different smell, from my perspective, anyway.
I feel like I get like vanilla.
Exactly, it has some of that smell in it.
Yeah.
So let's see what the wine bottle says in the back.
I'm sure it's floral too. It doesn't say anything about how it's made or anything. At least from my understanding. It says it's from a soyas.
Boasts a rich fruit and firm acidity. This doesn't say anything in regards to how it smells.
It's not very specific.
Yeah, it's not. It's very vague.
Very vague.
I think Amir were trying to get that. There's a pirate ship on here with turtles. So let's give this a taste.
Alright.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jason.
Cheers. Oh, that's a nice sound. It tastes like orange.
That's been in a bottle for freaking 4 years. I just want to let you guys know we just drank that. That's kind of weird.
It's pretty good.
You know,
it's got like
if
a leathery.
Was sitting there in a bottle with say expiry date.
It's got that leathery taste on the finish, like on your tongue. I like that.
Oh, it does, right?
Like
it's still there.
Like when you lick like a leather seat, it has like that taste. I'm serious. I'm serious.
A leather seat. Please tell me when you did that.
Like
5 or 6.
Right?
It's probably like 5 or 6. Should go try to lick a leather seat. That's what this tastes like.
Wow, very, very, very easy drinking red wine. Very smooth. Very little hit in the beginning. Strong, light finish. So what I mean by a strong, light finish is that it increases, it plateaus, and it does not go down. Really it stays there. As I'm talking, you can still taste it in your mouth.
That's such a good wine.
That's crazy.
That's such a good wine.
You like it?
I love it.
I don't know if I like it.
I love it.
You like it a lot, eh?
Smooth.
I love it.
I'm not a big wine drinker.
It really dries up your tongue, so you could have like a steak with this.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You could have.
It'd be good with like some barbecue.
Oh, so right.
Right? Some steak, some
something smoky. Definitely.
Yeah, it's so good. I recommend
right off the grill. $28 though, eh?
It's so good though.
This is the wine that you go and maybe have a tasting at and share this for an occasion.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, cool. After this one, we can talk about 51.49.
But don't you feel like a little bit of metallic-y taste in your mouth, on your teeth? No? At the end? It just stays nice and smooth for you, eh? But the buttery hints are not there, are they? Do you taste any butteriness to it?
Maybe a little bit.
Not though, right? Not really.
You know what? I only taste them because you said that now. No, that's why.
What else do you smell? I can say a lot of things.
Yeah. This thing about wine is very misunderstood and it's all individual to people. I like that
awesome wine.
I like that wine.
Still an awesome wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell that's a mature wine. When an immature wine, you drink it, it tastes like just alcoholic juice. Like you're drinking it hits so hard.
It tastes green.
That's right.
This tastes like a whole
ripe piece of product that's been well thought out, put in a storage container to be used on a specific day, part of a birthday or whatever it is. It's special.
For sure, 100%.
Really agree. Yeah. Okay, let's crack that Robert Mondavi open. I'm done. Are you done with it?
I'm done with it right now.
Some of my cons that I think on it is the label. I'm not attracted to this label. Maybe some people are. I don't think that it really is eye-catching to me. in any sense,
It's not
way or
nice.
fashion.
Super
I
nice
wouldn't pick
label.
this up, nor would I think there's a $28 bottle. Definitely would not.
It gets some
Only reason I
attention.
thought it was that 28 because of the vintage.
It's
And if it never said 2015 on it, I wouldn't think that that's what the year it
yeah.
was from.
It definitely gets your attention though. Something different. We talked
Yeah,
about
true.
attention.
Most of the labels out there are like badges or rectangles. We got some. Oh, Carolyn says hi, James.
This is gonna be a really nice sound, so let's get it on. Woo!
That was nice.
That was a nice sound.
How'd you get that sound?
I don't know. You just pull it out.
Rodman dog.
Now you can smell the cork. It smells way different. It smells like almost like a soft, something soft.
That smells velvety.
It smells soft.
Very like a brownie,
Maybe
right?
like cupcake.
Yeah, something like that. That smells more vanilla-y than the other one.
Yeah.
Let's give this a pour. You give it a pour this time and see if you feel it or not.
Let's try.
You poured way more wine than I've ever poured in my entire life.
That's very true. All right, Jason. You want to take it easy for now?
I'm okay for now.
All right.
I'll let you guys do the drinking.
Which one was mine?
That one. No, the one in the left.
Okay, perfect.
You're right.
Alright, let's take a look at this color real quick.
Look at the cork though. It says Robert Mondavi Private Selection. You know?
Cork does?
Fine wine can turn a good meal into a feast.
It says in the cork?
Robert Mondavi. That tells you a little bit about the wine though. If it's like under $20, they spend so much money on the packaging. How much money did they spend on the wine?
But they're massive. They have, what's it called? Products of scale behind them.
Oh, 100%.
Big time.
Yeah.
They're really big.
Okay, let's try this.
And what is this, from 2017?
Yeah.
It's not like they were any smaller then. They're just as big.
This one doesn't smell as like pleasant. Like the other one was like pleasant on the nose. This one smells a little bit more aggressive.
I smell some citrus on it.
That's more aggressive.
Definitely smell some citrus. Some licorice on it too.
Oh, I smell licorice, like red licorice.
Yeah. Citrus. Licorice. Outside of the peach. The fuzziness.
It's like fuzzy.
Yeah, the fuzziness, I kind of get that. You know, you're saying soft, it kind of gets that. That's what it's really going for me. Oh, I need to get back in the frame.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
It could be like red fruit too, like red, like black cherry.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's get for cheers and go for a drink.
If you're drinking, cheers. I don't like it.
I love it.
You like it?
I like it a lot.
It's sweeter.
I think it should need. What? That was the first sip. Take a second one now. You can't judge a wine off the first sip.
It's way lighter. Okay. It still has that leatheriness on the finish, but I feel like the flavors in the other one are better. This one is more, it's more citrus. The other one is more like bold.
Man, this is an awesome wine.
I like it.
I
but
think that this is what it needs though. If it sat inside the wine cellar for maybe 2 or 3 more years, it would definitely mature up more because the oxidation would occur, would it not?
What would taste good with this though? That's the real
Anything.
question.
I would eat freaking.
I feel like coleslaw would be really good with this.
I was just about to say salad.
Coleslaw.
I literally
would be-
was just about to say
like,
salad.
You know, coleslaw with like the red amount dressing, like that southern type.
Yes.
So
Yes.
good.
It'd be
It's
so
so good
good.
with
Oh,
that.
so we got a question over here. Hey Carolyn, so what is the first thing that attracts you in a store for a new wine? Bottle, recommendation, history, or just grab one?
I have a good thing that I look at is like the regions. The regions that the wine is in. Because people always look for different types of wine. And I feel like people trust what they know. And if someone walks in, they look at the BC section from a BC place, they'll trust that the BC wines are good. And if they're looking for like a higher end wine, they'll go to France or Italy. Because liquor stores are literally set up like that. They're set up like Argentina, they have like South Africa, they have Italy, France.
Yeah.
And they have BC, they have local. This is from Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
This is from Abbotsford. They have that. I think that's a big thing, you know, because like when you see that as a sign, that gets your attention before the bottle does.
So you think just to reiterate, you think that when you're walking through a store, where the wine is from, it attracts you in your own personal opinion, because stereotypically someone may think that a wine from France or Italy has more of a caliber than something locally, just because of what local wine culture is about.
That's what I feel. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I think my opinion,
people want to support local too.
100%.
Right? So if this is BC local, that's even a better reason.
Yeah. Well, just in regards to supporting local, the local liquor store here, where I bought this Modelo, they got rid of a lot of their local beer. Like, they're blowing it out. Their Corona's on sale, their Budweiser's on sale.
Local or imported?
Sorry, imported beer, because craft beer is what's in.
Yeah,
okay?
which
Because people want to support local. But what really attracts me in regards to where to purchase a wine, or what wine to purchase when it's sitting up next to other wine, in a liquor store, if that's the way to go to reiterate the question, I would say is a label. I don't care. I honestly, it does not matter to me where a wine is from unless I've been to that region, so where I've already made the personal connection. So either from the region, if it makes a personal connection from you, or if it's the label, because there's some labels which are much more eye-catching than others. I think some of the key colors should be prominent in your label, such as which are have really low wavelength, red, yellow, whatever it is. That's humans. That's what we're attracted to. That's why McDonald's has those colors. Number two, because the way I rated the question was, once you're walking into a storefront that has different offerings, such as a winery or a wine tasting, such as us, right? Or that has produce available, what would attract you as a wine purchaser to go over and purchase that bottle of wine or try it? In my perspective, what would attract me, one would be a cool atmosphere to sit down and enjoy your wine, because that's some place that I could go with my friends. And we're always looking for, me and my friends are always talking about or looking for places where we can go and hang out. So I think that would be probably one of the most important things.
Yeah, the next point I was going to mention besides the reason was going to be, what's your occasion?
Okay.
Right, I feel like that's a big deal. But like, I feel like if you're coming from a business perspective, you want to know like what's under your control. Because you don't really know that the customer is going to decide their decision on the region, or decides the decision on the occasion. So your packaging has to stand out. The packaging is really important.
100%. Packaging is so key.
Is really important.
Number one, even regardless if you go to that place, the storefront, and they have a good atmosphere, but on the packaging it's all peeled up, or it's just crummy and there's dirt and lint all over it, that doesn't attract you to the wine.
Yeah.
That'll throw you right off. Like, this is an unsanitary place.
Yeah.
Like, why would I ever buy this bottle of wine?
I feel like the biggest impact you can make if you're able to do it on a larger scale is to create like a huge relationship with the manager and the employees.
Yeah, that's true.
Because their word of mouth is credible, because they're
100%.
representing the liquor store.
100%.
You know?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So you got a can over there too. So if we're over here tasting something, let's taste that as well. What is you got there?
It's a sparkling Pinot Grigio. That's what it is. Most wanted. I think this can was actually like $9.99.
Really?
That's why I bought it. It's a little bit expensive.
That one can?
Yeah.
This thing's tiny, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the size of a peanut. 11.5% alcohol.
No, I think I lied. This is more like, it was like $4.99 or $5, but still pretty expensive.
200 milliliters.
That's less than
No, it's about, if it's $5.99.
A little more than a glass of wine. That's what it is.
Okay, should we crack it?
Sure.
It's sparkling though.
Yeah, let's do it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did you shake it?
Let's do it.
Am I gonna get it all?
No,
over?
I didn't shake it. It should be chilled, but who cares?
Okay, no spillage. We got some gases releasing CO2 or carbon dioxide.
Suck out that wine from the glass before you pour it in there.
All right.
Okay.
Every last drop.
So as you guys can see, it's fizzy.
It's a little bit pink.
You got some pink to it, but that could also be because we were just drinking red wine. It's a rosé?
It's a Pinot Grigio.
It's Pinot Grigio. Interesting. Where's it from?
This is from Most Wanted, which is from exclusively distributed by Off Pista Wines in the UK.
Okay, hold on, let me see this real quick. Stop getting too involved. So this is
What?
It's like the nude. As you can see, it's going after nude and neutral marketing. It's got just a really simple can vibe that attracts you to like. I think that simple and elegant, really simplistic bottles look healthier than others. It's just my perspective. It seems more easy to drink. Doesn't seem like it has too much of a strong taste, I would say. Like not so fruity, but light and easy to drink. Let's try this.
God, it's like a melon smell.
Oh, what the? I'm smelling the gases being released by the...
It's like a melon lime smell.
Because it smells off. That's just it's potassium. I think it's potassium, not potassium nitrate, potassium something.
It's
Carbonate.
CO2.
Potassium carbonate. No, it's not. Potassium carbonate, dude. That's what smells like this.
What the hell is that?
It's how you get carbonated
Oh.
fizz. Potassium
Oh.
carbonate. I bet you just has potassium carbonate in it. What are the ingredients?
I know it's potassium sorbate.
I think it's carbonate. Okay, let's try it.
Doesn't taste like much.
You could drink this whole can within minutes. Drink another one within another more minutes.
You like
and then
shotgun.
be drunk after the fourth one.
You could like shotgun.
Well, you could literally shotgun. This tastes like a simple, fizzy, neutral nude. Have you had neutral or nudes? It's a drink.
Yeah. 11.5% alcohol. Holy shit. Nudes are only 5%.
Yeah, they're only 5%.
This would kick your ass.
Look it up.
51.49. Okay, can I talk about 51.49?
Sure.
So let's go back. Let's talk about why I have these wines in front of me. I have Rob Mondavi. I have Siren's Call. I have Most Wanted, you know? The reason why this happened is because I got an email. I sent an email out. It was the weekend. It was the week before August long weekend. And like I contacted like one of our biggest clients. They're in Nanaimo. And they told me, because they purchased 3 cases of blackberry wine, they told me it hadn't arrived. And it was supposed to be delivered like in mid-July.
Whoa.
So I was driving with Dad and I got this email and I was like in deep thought. I'm like, I have to do something about this. And tomorrow, like this was like Thursday, tomorrow was like the August long weekend.
Yeah.
No, this was Friday. Tomorrow was the Saturday of the August long weekend. And I'm like, am I gonna do this? I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I'm gonna go to Nanaimo, drop off these 3 cases of wine.
Holy shit.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And you gotta think.
So hold on, let me reiterate what you just said right now.
Yeah.
You sent out an email to all these wine purchasers, and you got a response back who has already purchased your wine saying, listen, why are you sending this email? Because your current shipment that you already sold to us is so late. It's a month late.
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
No, but you literally said that it was supposed to arrive and it never arrived.
Yeah.
And they sent that reply back to you saying that, listen,
Yeah.
you're supposed to send this. Why didn't you send it?
No, they said it didn't arrive because the company that was supposed to ship it, they shorted that liquor store from one pallet, and our wine was on that one pallet.
Holy. That wasn't even your fault.
No, it wasn't.
That's ridiculous.
Right?
Okay.
So I had this long thought. I was sitting at Dad's truck for 5 minutes. I'm like, am I gonna do this?
Yeah.
I looked at the ferry schedule. The first ferry was at 6:35 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? I looked at the sailings. Almost all of them were filled because it's a long weekend. I'm like, okay, if I get there at 4 a.m., I'm gonna get on the ferry.
Yeah.
So I woke up at 3 a.m. I got there by 4:30. I got on the ferry. By the way, the morning before, I grabbed a flat of strawberries, like a whole 15-pound flat of strawberries.
Yeah.
Right? And I took that with me on the ferry. I did a 2-hour ferry ride to the store. It was still like 8 o'clock in the morning, so the store had not opened.
Yeah.
Then I had the idea, okay, I'm gonna buy them Tim Hortons take 12. So I
Holy.
went.
This guy.
I went to the store with a Tim Hortons take 12.
Yeah.
And I took the strawberries. I dropped off the wine, and the employees were so happy. They're so happy. I got an email.
That's so crazy.
I got an email on Tuesday after. It's like, oh, thank you so much. The manager's like, thank you so much. You made my employees' day.
That's crazy.
That's called 5149 right there.
That is. That's
5149.
You probably way more value than you're gonna get back.
Like
not in the short term gain.
It's long term.
It's all long term.
100%.
That's
long
freaking
term.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I had to do it. I'm like, this has to happen.
Yeah. That's 5149.
Yeah,
Always
I mean,
long term.
I mean, the first thought is always like, this is ridiculous. Why would I do that? But like, second thought is like, this makes 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Listen, that was a good clip. You thought about that right now? Damn. Alright, we're gonna freaking post that clip on IG and Facebook. You already know. You know who else I listen to a lot? Jordan Peterson. Do you listen to him?
I feel like he's very, very rich.
Rich?
Rich.
That guy's not rich. You know how much money he puts towards education?
I don't think you know what I mean by rich. I feel like the information he puts out there is sometimes too much information, so you can't follow all of it. That's like rich. You know, rich is like you bite into like a brownie, you don't want to take another bite.
Yeah.
That's how he's like to me sometimes.
Really? That's what you feel?
Yeah. But he has a good following. He has good controversy. He gets the attention.
I like a lot of his stuff.
No, his stuff
Some of
is
the things
good.
that he says, obviously, I jumped onto him when he was really controversial in regards to how bill or BLC whatever is being passed, and he was like in the social media. So like, I didn't really associate myself with what he was trying to get across, but I just started seeing him everywhere. I guess on my YouTube and Instagram, etc. And because of that, I was like, okay, this guy seems pretty smart and interesting. And a lot of things that he started saying seemed pretty intriguing to me, and stuff that I've thought about as I've been growing up. So like, man, one of the things that he really gets across is people have these really big aspirations, and I want to change the world, or I want to.
I know, I've heard that.
Really big aspirations, and then he says, first start with cleaning your room. Okay, and that might seem so silly, but because that's such a big aspiration of I want to change the world, and cleaning your room is so small, I feel like it starts you on the right step of direction of what to do.
Just make your bed.
That's right, make your bed. So it starts on the right step, and then what he goes into elaborate is that, man, if everybody thought of the place that they live, their community that they're in, that 10 or 100 or 50,000 or 100,000 people as their world, because literally Abbotsford is our world. You know, we associate with social media, which is global, but Abbotsford is our world. This is what we live in, what we associate ourselves with. If everybody thought that way and they decided to change that towards positive in regards to some of the biggest problems that we're currently dealing with as humanity, and then the whole world will change. That's what he tries to get across. I think that has meaning behind it. Maybe it's too much fluffy duffy and whatever, because he's a psychologist? Is that right, the word?
Yeah.
Right, psychologist, sociologist, and he deals with that perspective. But I think that he's super dope in that perspective, that he helps you ground yourself in your day-to-day life to hopefully do better in the future.
People overestimate what they can get done in a day, but underestimate what they can get done in their lifetime. That's how I look at shit.
Shit, that's well put.
Right? Because like, if you look at your life and look at long term, and your expectations for the short term are so high that you don't accomplish on a day-to-day basis, you're going to be discouraged and you don't think you're going to get to that long term. But I get Jordan Peterson, like he's very controversial. He's like very controversial in the rainbow, I don't know what to call it, but the rainbow image, like, you know, LT, GQ, like he's very controversial on that.
Yeah.
He's known like by Joe Rogan's following.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, right? So he has like these. I watch his like talk sometimes about like when he's like in like the actual classroom and talking to the students, which is cool. I don't know.
That's really cool, dude.
I don't know if you've seen those talks.
Yeah, I watch those all the time.
But he did that way back when. He did that like when he was like very young, like probably in his 30s.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And then he had no following then.
No.
None.
Right? Like there's talks with him, like you know how he has a beard and stuff. He has like gray hair.
Oh, you know what else is really cool?
Yeah.
Is a lot of the things that he preaches, he relates them back to things which have been grounded in society for a really long time. So he brings about like the Pinocchio. You know Pinocchio, the movie?
Yeah.
He talks about that. Lion and the Beast, he talks about that, how there's grounded metaphors within all of those
I know.
that have to relate to
He
the way
does,
that we are
he
living.
does, yeah.
So that's like, whoa, I never thought about
He
that in
does.
that perspective, but when you put it into that perspective, it's like, wow, that's really cool and interesting. Okay, what else?
I want to go back to strawberries. Okay.
Yep.
Because you said you don't want to do strawberries anymore because they're hard to scale.
Nah.
But I also heard from your mouth like a little while ago that where you make a lot of money
Yeah.
is where it's scaling non-scalable.
That's damn right. Oh no, I got caught! I got caught, boss!
That's a clip right there.
So I do
scaling unscalable.
100%
I
believe
feel like
that.
you're feeling emotional right now. You're going through a rough
Oh,
time.
that's 100% it.
And you feel like this is gonna be like a shit show.
I just got from Vegas. I'm trying to catch up here. So yeah,
But
man.
that's totally understandable. It's like normal.
Literally, that's all that it is that
Yeah.
there's berries out in the field which are not being picked or not being eaten or used, and as we're looking at it on a day-to-day basis, as I'm looking at a day-to-day basis, I'm like, shit, why am I doing this? I do also think from that perspective of if I can learn to distribute in larger regions and distribute a better quality product with better controls throughout of it, I can deliver to people who strawberry growers locally don't think strawberries are deliverable to. But why the hell can strawberries from California be shipped from there to here like that? Okay? That's what really pisses me off.
You gotta go into those plants and like steal all their paperwork and shit.
No, well, I've been there. I've made videos, but I've never seen the distribution process of it being picked and gone into the cooler and cooler gone into the reefer and being delivered.
You should do that.
I think that's the next thing for me to see. Wow,
you should
it's
like go there,
50.
work for a month.
I'm gonna go do that.
You should go work.
I've
for
been
a
to
month for, like,
California.
November.
Yeah, I've been to farms in California twice. 3 times. Strawberry farms in California 3 times.
The biggest farm is Dreddiger's, right? Do they make strawberries? Do they have
You mean
strawberries?
Driscoll's?
Driscoll's? No,
Driscoll's.
Driscoll's, yeah. They have the
Driscoll's
raspberries.
is the local farm.
Yeah,
not
I know,
the
no,
biggest
but they're
farm.
very similar.
No, they're not. Driscoll's is worldwide.
I just said that the names are very similar.
The names are very similar.
Yeah, that's
yes.
what I meant. That's what
Exactly.
I meant.
Just Driscoll's is a local farm. You
Yeah,
just said
they
it's
are.
a similar name. Totally
Driscoll's,
understandable.
like they have the really good raspberries. I love their raspberries.
Yeah, because they have really good varieties. They have patented varieties which only their farmers are able to grow.
But like freaking like raspberries are more fragile than strawberries.
In a sense.
How are they able to freaking pack those and send them out?
Man.
So I feel like that knowledge gap is really important. We had a consultant here. I asked him like, what's his like cost? Because you know he offers a service. Like the cost of offering a service sometimes is not very high.
Yeah.
There's obviously technology and labor involved, but it's
Yeah.
not a lot of overhead. So I'm like, what do you spend most of your costs on? He said I spend $30,000 to $40,000 on education every year.
No way.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. So like that's obviously paying back, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Right,
Because he's
so,
100% being
Like
more-
getting back to the point, like you don't
Yeah.
know what's going on, like the education aspect.
Probably goes to conferences and takes online courses.
100%, like how we
Maybe
go to
has
NAFTA.
consultants come in and teach him.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
we go to NAFTA, how you go
Yeah.
to the haunted convention,
Yeah.
that's kind of stuff, you know. So
It's very
the
invigorating.
educational part is super
It's
important.
very good.
People who read books. That's why people read books.
Yeah, for sure. All right, should we get out of here? Let's close this up.
I think maybe next time we should post. You guys are doing a tasting. What wine you're tasting? So maybe the people that are
Alright.
watching now can go
Can
and
grab
get
a
the same
bottle.
wine if they want, and then they can
I like
kind of
this.
lay their comments down.
Hell
what they're
yeah.
This is
tasting
becoming something.
and give their opinion too
Yeah.
along with you guys. I think that would be cool.
This is
Cool.
becoming something.
Yo, okay,
Yeah.
next podcast, what we're gonna do is, anybody who's still watching this, props to you, okay? Next podcast, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try a blend of our own. What do you want to try? Listen, we're gonna try we're gonna try the raspberry fruit wine.
We should try the
2018?
blackberry fruit wine.
No, get out of here.
Blackberry's
We're
our
trying
best
the raspberry-
seller. We're doing blackberry.
I want to try the fruit wine, the best wine in Canada.
Raspberry dessert wine.
Yes. Okay.
Strawberry dessert
We can
wine.
try the blackberry one after that. Okay?
Raspberry dessert wine and strawberry dessert wine.
We're trying, guys. I'm not expecting you guys to go get 2 bottles, but we can try one. Okay. Raspberry fruit wine. Of 20
Raspberry dessert wine.
Strawberry dessert wine of 2018. It won the best fruit wine in Canada. We're gonna try that next podcast around 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening.
And then
Tuesday.
we're trying the strawberry dessert as well because it won the Wine and Line National Wine Awards of Canada gold medal.
All right.
So
I haven't drinking either of them, by the way.
Shout out to Krause Berry Farms because they also won the same medal.
That's dope.
In the Fraser Valley, there was only 2. In the whole competition of Canada, there's only 2 gold medals awarded, and us and Krause won.
That's awesome.
So Fraser Valley
All right.
represent. You know.
Okay. Should we get out of this podcast?
Let's go.
All right. Thank you, Jason. It's been great.
Very good.
This is Farmer Amir signing off. This is episode number 17. I will add a description.
See you at 18.
Talk to you guys later. See you later.
Farmer